everyone. My name is Hyacinth Campbell, and I'm here to inform you about the traumatic nature of the 2004 tsunami. When the devastating tsunami hit Southeast Asia without warning on December 24, 2004, thousands of people were killed and numerous others were left mentally traumatized. It was the day after Christmas, but instead of having fun with your family and enjoying the day, there were people fleeing in terror and scrambling for higher ground, and some were swallowed up by water. It was about 7:59 a.m. and the 2004 tsunami had struck. Imagine for a minute that's happening to you, your family, your community, and your friends. Maybe you cannot conjure up those horrific images, but the possibility of being hit by a tsunami is just as likely to happen to us. I have been interested in disaster of the sea such as tsunamis for years. After seeing the intensity of the 2004 tsunami, I was motivated to learn more about tsunamis. I also gained a lot of knowledge about the tsunami effect and how it affects on human lives while performing research for my speech. The 2004 Asian tsunami was caused by the most powerful earthquake that the world has ever seen within 40 years. This earthquake originated under the Indian Ocean near Indonesia. The earthquake generated tsunami, which swept across the Indian Ocean and sending powerful waves in every direction and touching a dozen countries. During my research, I also learned how devastating the Asian tsunami was, why the lack of warning system caused so many their lives, and how the survivors are dealing with the psychological effects of the terrible disaster. Let's take a closer look at what happened on that horrific day. Now, this is where homes used to be. Everything is flat. There's nothing left. The 2004 tsunami struck Southeast Asia with such a devastating force that it obliterated cities, seaside, and communities and holiday resorts. This robbed hundreds of thousands of survivors of their homes, food, and water supply. Others were left without the means to make a living. The waves also crashed into tourist resorts, destroying buildings, leaving thousands of foreign vacationers either dead or missing. Let's see how it struck and why it was so catastrophic. The tsunami struck without warning, and it struck so suddenly that people were unable to get to higher grounds and safer areas. Because the tsunami developed on the sea, it was not noticeable from the surface until waves actually approached land. Near landfall, the waves, which would have been moving at hundreds of miles an hour, slowed and grew as large as a two-story building in height. It is estimated that approximately 23,000 people have died. Now that we have seen the physical effect of the tsunami devastation, we also need to discuss the psychological effect and what it has on surviving adults and children. The tsunami left a number of adults as well as children with psychological problems. The adults exhibit signs of depression and anxiety. This due to the loss of their livelihood, family members, and in some cases, the entire community. These are the adults mentally traumatized. and the children crying. They don't have anywhere to go. They don't have any family. They're mentally traumatized too. In closing, I can still remember being transfixed, horrified, and almost in tears by television images of people and buildings being tossed aside and everything else in the past being destroyed. And yet we know that it must have been many times more overwhelming for those who are in the past. This unforeseen catastrophe is a reminder of how vulnerable we are, how precious and fragile life is, and how dramatically our lives could change in a matter of minutes. Thank you.